What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this I want to break down what's happening with the overall market, what's going on with some new levels to watch for on Tesla, SPY, the QQQ, and the others, and how things are looking for the economic calendar moving forward. But before I break any devil's information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Weeble link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Weeble and deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon in just about a couple of weeks. Anyways, now when it comes to the market is moving, we have this very, very nice looking wedge that's developing. SPY got rejected right over here. It's just continuing to respect these boundaries again and again and again. We're just getting tighter and tighter and tighter. So we're going to be watching to see which way we end up breaking. Remember, a breakout doesn't have to be perfect. We could go like a little higher above this trend and reject back down, and also below this. What you want to be watching for is which levels can we end up breaking through to really see those bigger moves. And so far, we haven't really gotten that. So that's what's going on with SPY so far. As a reminder for tomorrow, most of the data comes out excuse me, after the market ends up opening. That's when we have the global composite, the services PMI report, and then the ISM services data. It's going to be very important, especially the ISM services new orders. So we have important data coming out tomorrow, but it all starts 15 minutes and 30 minutes after the market ends up opening. So with that being said, let's now talk about this. Whoopsies. I think that right now we're watching to see if SPY can try to break this resistance right over here. If we do break through this, I'll be watching this high right here where this wick is around this 528 area. If we get above the 528, then that's a sign that this thing is trying to break out. And we'll be looking for a test of this high all the way up here at 529.21. Now, if this is a trap, or if we end up faking out or we fail to do so, I'll be looking for a break of these EMAs for a big move to the downside for us to see another move like that. But overall, that's what I'm looking for right now on SPY. Looking at Nvidia, Nvidia is also trading kind of sideways within a range. We have resistance basically at 1150 and also 1160, and we have support all the way down here at 1147, not to mention 1140. But overall, it's just back and forth price action, back and forth and back and forth. There isn't really a whole lot going on with Nvidia thus far, and we're just kind of range bound, in my personal opinion. So we'll just have to wait and see how things go. We're just kind of stuck within a range, and we'll have to see how things end up moving. We're just going to be very, very patient with this moving forward. One thing that is good about Nvidia is that we're nearing a bullish cross in our PPO. So this kind of shows us that Nvidia could actually try to push a little higher later on. We're getting some signals. We're on a very, very nice uptrend. We had this low here, made a new high, came down, made a new high, came down. We're making higher highs and higher lows. So there's upside potential in Nvidia, but overall, as of right now, it's still range bound. Tesla is no different. Look at the last, the entire trading day, essentially. It's been between 176 and 174, back and forth all day. That's all Tesla's doing. It's going to likely be stuck in this range. For a bigger move, you want to see Tesla break past 178 and eventually 180. Hold above 180 or close above, then yes, there is going to be a lot more bullish potential. If we end up losing 173, then Tesla could be dipping all the way down to about 168. But overall, we haven't done that. We're just trading sideways. The QQQ is the same thing. I think I drew this out earlier, just a couple of hours ago, and you can see how we're still kind of stuck in this range right over here. It's not perfect, but it's still very close. We have this resistance coming up right here at the 200 EMA, this 453 area, and overall, we're still stuck in this wedge. If we do break through this resistance, we do break out of this right over here, we could be pushing all the way up towards this 453 area, then eventually fill this imbalance around 454.25 to higher levels. If we break past 453 and hold above that for at least a couple of hours, if we reject, come back down, our support's at 452. It's just been going back and forth for now. We are showing some signs that we want to break out, but nothing is guaranteed yet. So we will see how well we end up holding before 53. But there is potential in this, in my personal opinion. Same thing with Aapl. It's also building some strength. You guys can see, even though it's been range bound between 195 and 193, mostly 193.5 is where we've been above. But overall, despite this sideways price action, I see potential in Aapl try to break out higher. There is potential in this chart, in my personal opinion. Then we'll have to see how things go from there. For a few more tickers, for Coinbase, we're pushing upwards. I told everyone to watch resistance basically at 232. If we had broken that, look for 240. And now that we're above this, our next target is 245. That's where our resistance is currently in this range. And then we also have this 249 area. So watch those two areas as resistance. For support, watch 242, followed by 240. But overall, there is more upside potential in coin. It's holding up very, very well. For Amazon, the 30 minutes time frame is looking, in my opinion, like it wants to be testing our 179.25 area. If we break through this, then we'll be looking for a push all the way up to about 180. If we end up losing 178, we'll be dipping back down. But overall, Amazon has more upside potential, so we'll just have to see how things go. And I believe that this could push a little bit higher, at least moving forward to our key resistance levels. Meta is also showing some life. We're going to be looking for a test of 478. In my potential opinion, I think that we have a bullish cross in the PPO, and we're developing a nice kind of like inverse head and shoulders like structure. So it's looking a little bit more bullish. Could be looking for a test of 478, if not higher, very, very soon. Now for GameStop, it's showing some life, in my opinion, because GameStop didn't end up losing support at 25. We held above it. We have resistance now at 28. Let's see if GameStop could try to break that. So it's holding up relatively well, but we have to see it break 28.5 to break out even more. So I'll be watching to see if that happens. Otherwise, we're just range bound between 28.5 and 25. AMC is no different. AMC is trading sideways in this range. We have resistance currently around this 5 area. Support's right here at 4.68. If we lose that, we'll be dipping down to fill this gap. If not, we could try to push higher. As of right now, it looks to me like it's going to try to bounce a bit, maybe try to get closer to 5. But just to be safe, guys, we'll wait and see how things go. The VIX is actually up just a bit, kind of trading sideways, but then don't forget, we have a couple of gaps to fill on the VIX. There's this first one over here all the way down to 13. There's another one down here in the 12s, and then there's another one way down here as well in the 12s. Right over here, there's a big gap down here around 12. So there are 2 to 3 gaps to fill on the VIX, which shows that the market has upside potential. So signals are kind of pointing the direction the market is going to break upwards soon. But for now, we'll just watch and see if we end up getting those moves. So we'll see how things go, guys. The market's showing life that it wants to break out higher, but just to be safe, we will wait and see. No, for the last 2 trading days, technically this is the 3rd trading day this has happened, the market dipped and then bounced at the end of the day. That happened last Friday. It also happened on Monday yesterday. Now today, the market kind of dipped a bit and is getting bought back up. Final hours are coming, so we'll see if this continues. That's what the trend is looking like so far. So we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, that is it for the video. Oh, one more thing. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is looking more bullish. We did call out a bullish test that's coming. I said it's going to likely test this high right here at 70,000. If that breaks, we'll be looking for 70,800, which is where that previous high was, right over here. In fact, we're actually above that. So we have potential to go all the way up here towards that 71,250 area. Overall, it's more bullish. So I'll give this some time just to see how it goes. All right. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. I'll see if I upload one more or not. I think that this is going to be my second to last video of the day, and I'll have one more coming out towards the end of the day after the market closes. That's going to be in just a couple of hours, at least from now. So that being said, I just want to thank you all so much for listening. Just know that the market's in a very, very critical place right now. We are trying to kind of like consolidate for a bit. We saw a lot of sideways price action, but strength is getting built right now, and we're seeing an attempt to break out. So we will see if this breakout works. Oh, if it does, because we're showing some life, we could go to even higher levels, like the high we saw on Monday. We could be revisiting that on SPY if we continue to break out. So we're building strength, we're looking at momentum, and we're showing a lot of life right now for a bounce in the markets. All right. So watch the break, guys. I'll see you guys very soon in just a few hours, and peace out.